So, good morning students. I am Professor P.B. Ingade, and today we have to conduct the lecture number 4 on a third unit. The name of the unit is Solar Energy Applications. And what is the subject? The subject is Non-Conventional Energy Sources and Systems. So, boys, today we have to discuss the two applications. One is solar cooker, and another is a solar pond. Okay. So today we have to discuss two application of a solar energy. One is solar cooker and another is what is solar pond. So students, we start. Our first application is solar cookers. So boys and girls, in our India, the village peoples, rural area peoples, everyday life, going to their farm, then pick up the waste of the forest, wood, waste biomass, okay, and they are utilize this waste material for their cooking purpose, right? By the burning of this waste biomass from forest, they use for cooking purpose by burning, and they prepare their foods. So due to this combustion of a waste biomass wood, there is lot of emission is come out, carbon dioxide will be come out, and this smoke which is come out from this waste biomass, it is going their eyes and burning of the eyes. There is some uneasy feels, and in our India there are different methods of the cooking is also available, by using the natural gas, then by using the cow dung to prepare the cow dung cake is prepared and it is used for the cooking purpose. So these are the fuels are not renewable energy source, which cannot be used again and again. But instead of all these sources, if you use the solar energy for cooking purpose, so this is the one of the best alternative methods available for a cooking purpose, and the name is what is solar cooker. And solar cooker required what is the solar energy, and this energy is free from pollution free and renewable energy, means which can be used again and again. So boys and girls, so let's describe the solar cookers. So what are the classification of the solar cooker? So solar cooker is classified into the three types: box type solar cooker, then box type solar cooker with reflectors, then another is a concentric solar cookers. So these are the three classification of a solar cookers. So first of all, we discuss this box type solar cookers. So see here, first of all we discuss the constructions. Okay, what is the construction? So what is the construction? These portions, outer ear portion, which is made by this wooden frame, Why use wooden frame? Because it is a good insulators, and from the wooden no heat is lost from solar cooker into the surroundings. So there is a use of the wooden frame. Then there is a insulation also provided. This insulation used of the thermocols. Okay. Then different type of the insulation materials we have. This insulation material is used here to avoid the heat losses from solar cooker into the surroundings. Then at the bottom of this solar cooker inside, the black paint is applied, blackened metal tray. The black paint is applied. Why apply the black paint? Because we know that the black bodies absorb a larger amount of the solar energy. That's why there is a black paint is applied inside at the bottom of the solar cooker. Then on this black paint, this pot will be put. Yes or no? Yes. This pot is also in black colors. Okay. Why it is black color? Because it absorbs more amount of solar energy. Then at the top section, what is? The glass cover is provided. This is the top section of the glass. Right? So from the sun emits the solar energy. This solar energy radiation is incident on this glass covers. Means we know the ratio, the Wien's displacement or lambda max into T is equal to constants. Means we require the less wavelength temperatures. Less wavelength temperature will be maximum. So less wavelength radiation is passed through the glass into this pot, and this less wavelength temperature, less wavelength solar radiation having high temperatures. So this solar radiation is passing through the glass cover and incident on this pot. Similar way, this black surface is absorb the solar energy. Then after the how much time? 1 hour and 2 hours. We have to prepare the delicious food by using a box type of the solar cookers. So what are the delicious food we have to prepare? We have to prepare the rice, khichdi, then preparation of the dal. Okay, we cannot prepare the chapati, is not possible. Why? Because it requires a very adjustable temperature for preparation of the chapati. So chapati not possible to prepare here, but we have to prepare the khichdi, rice, then boiling of the potatoes. So such type of the delicious food we have to prepare here with the help of this box type of solar cookers. So in box type, what is the temperature we gain? We gain the temperature is 160 degree Celsius. How much temperature gain in box type solar cooker? 16 degree Celsius temperature is gained inside the box type of solar cooker. Then what is the dimension? The standard dimension is considered 60 by 60 into 20 centimeter. This is the best suitable dimension, and by using these dimensions, the solar cooker, we can easily prepare the food of 4 peoples or 5 peoples. So which is the best time for preparation of this food? The best time is from 11 AM to 2 PM. This is the best suitable time is used to prepare the food. Okay. Then after that, boys, that time the more amount of the solar energy is also available. So this is the simple construction of the box type solar cookers. Now second one, we have to discuss the reflector type of box solar cookers. Reflectors. So what is the only change here? There is a provide this reflectors here. Okay, this is our glass, and there is a provide the reflectors. So why provide these reflectors? Because we know that from the horizontal surface, whenever the solar radiation incidents here, some amount of the energy is also losses from this horizontal surface. Means reflection of the radiation will be takes place. So which are the radiation is reflected from this top surface, we can capture these radiations and again transfer into the solar cooker. So this will be gained with the help of these reflectors. Okay. So solar radiation is reflected from this reflector into this pot, and inside the pot we have to put up the delicious foods. And similar working and construction same like as the box type. Only what is the difference? There is a provide these reflectors. So what is the construction? The black paint at the bottom. Why? Because it absorb larger amount of solar radiations. Then insulation will be provides. Why provide insulation? To avoid the heat losses from system to surroundings. This frame is made by the similar wooden materials. At the top position, the glass cover. So here, boys and girls, we can observe the how much temperature will be gained here. The temperature gain is 250 degrees Celsius or 260 degrees Celsius. or 260 degrees Celsius temperature gain in a box type with a reflectors. So that's why we can give there is a high temperature is gain. So that's why the time required for preparing the food is very less, because of the high temperature. The food processing very fast. Our food is prepared within the very short period of time, minimum half an hour or 1 hour. Okay, boys and girls. Okay, so this is one of the methods. Now apart from these two methods, we have the another, this concentric type solar cookers. So why the name is concentric? Because there is a larger amount of radiation is concentrate at a point or at a line. This is called as the concentric solar cookers. Okay, and here is a use of what type? Parabolic concentric solar cookers. And we know the boys, the parabolic concentric solar cooker or parabolic concentric collector having a very high concentration ratio, right? It is 10 or it is 20 depending upon our design. What is the concentration ratio we should be used there? So we know the definition of concentration ratio. What is the definition? It is the ratio of aperture surface to the receiver surface. It is a ratio of, once again, aperture surface to the receiver surface. It is called as the concentration ratio, and its value is greater than 1 in a concentric solar collector. But here the value is 1 because there is a aperture surface and receiver surface having same dimension. So because of here is a 1, but here the value is more than 1. So that's why we have to getting a very high temperature here. And how much temperature we have to getting here? 450 degrees Celsius temperature. So huge amount of the temperature we have to getting in a parabolic concentric solar collector. Okay, so here this is our solar cooker. This is our receiver cooking pot. Inside the cooking pot we have to put our delicious foods. Then from the solar energy, the solar radiation is incident on this concentric mirror, and from this mirror the solar radiation is focused on this receivers continuously. Okay, so solar radiation incident here, from this it is focused on receivers. So because of that very high temperature is get 450 degree Celsius here. So in concentric solar collector, what is the why it is best? Because we have to prepare the food of number of peoples, 40 peoples or 60 peoples. Why? Because of the high temperatures. If you design a very huge dimension of solar cooker, then it is possible to prepare the food of 40 or 60 peoples. Then after that you can use the solar cooker in a small programs, okay, of 40 or 60 peoples. But what is the disadvantages of this solar cooker? The initial cost is very high, this parabolic. Then when if you prepare the food on the concentric solar collector, there is a larger multiple reflections and there is a more shining. So this radiation is very harmful to the human beings. So during the preparation of the food, the person always wear with the some goggles to avoid the energy incident on the eyes, so which damage the eyes. So that's why always wear the goggles. So this is the advantages, the cost, and this lot of heat reflection. This is the advantages of this concentric solar cookers. But such type of the means this is the disadvantages, reflections and what is the heat losses and initial cost. This is the disadvantages. But what is the advantages? You prepare the food of number of peoples very fast, very quick. Why? Because of high temperatures. But here is no problem, any reflections. You no need to wear the goggles, but time required is very high. Okay. But so students, overall advantage of the solar cooker, what is? It is a renewable energy source, means which can be used again and again, pollution free. Then when you prepare the food, then there is no any taste of the food is lost. The food becomes very tasty during the preparations. Then no loss of any kind of the nutritions from the food. Okay. So these are the advantages of the solar cooker. But what is the disadvantages? It is a fluctuate form of energy. During the rainy season, we cannot operate the solar cookers, and in particular suitable time we can use the solar cookers. Okay, means there is a time limitations. So these are the advantages, means disadvantages of a solar cookers. So we stop the discussion of the solar cooker. Now, how does the another application we have? Another application is solar pond. So what is this solar pond? The solar pond is used for a power generation purpose. Means what is the main role of the solar pond? To generate the electricity. So what is the simple definition of the solar pond? The simple definition of the solar pond is to collect the solar radiations. What is? To collect the solar radiation and increase the temperature of the water. Okay. And after increase the temperature of the water, this water we can use for a power generation purposes. Okay. So this is the simple definition of the solar pond. Means it is the one type of the collect the solar energy and to store the solar energy. So look at here, boys and girls. So in solar pond there are 3 layers, 1, 2 and 3. The top section, what is? There is a relatively fresh water. At the middle section there is a insulating zone or increasing salt zone, and bottom section, what is? The storage zone or saturated salt waters. Okay. So I explain here. See here. So initially, what is we do here during the construction of the solar pond? When you construct the solar pond, so at the bottom we paint the black materials. Okay. Then after that, boys, then you add the fresh water inside the solar pond. So when we add the fresh water in solar pond, what happen here? This fresh water is absorb solar energy, right? And this heat energy transferred to the water inside by the mode of heat transfer convections. Okay. And which particles are heated of the water? The heated particles of the water is rising in upward directions, right? Why? Because of its density will be decreased. And the particle which having a very high density means nothing but the cold water is settled down the bottoms, and this high temperature particles of the water at the bottom, and finally ultimately what is this high temperature water which is at the top section, the loss the heat into the surroundings, right? And the continuous process will be there. The water particle heated, its potential energy will be increases. Because of increase the potential energy, it reach at the top surface of the solar pond, and this heat energy loss into the surroundings. Okay. So we want to avoid the loss of this heat energy from the top of the surface. We want to stop this heat loss, and this heat energy we want to trap here. So whenever we trap this energy, then what is our temperature of the water is increases at the bottom, and this temperature of the water we can use for a power generation. So how can you trap and how can you store this energy? To see here. So whenever the fresh water is added in a solar pond, then this water is heated. So what happen here, boys? We add the salt inside the water. So whenever the salt is added in a water, the density of the water is increases. Okay. So this at the bottom, the density of the water will be increases, and the particle which having a high temperature not possible to move in upward directions. Why not? Because its density will be increases. Why its density will be increases? Because of the adding of the salt in a fresh waters. So because of the continuous adding of the salt in a fresh water, so due to this there are three layers will be formed. One is the storage zone or saturated salt water zone at the bottom, because at the bottom during adding the heat, means during the addition of the salt, the hot water not rise in upward direction. Why not? Because of its density will be increases. So it is stop at the bottom positions. Okay. Then whenever the solar radiation incident on continuously on the top surface, the heat is transferred from top layer to the bottom layer, but from bottom layer the heat is not lost into the surrounding. Why not lost? Because its density will be increases. Why? Because of the adding of the salt. So there is a three zone. At the top position relatively fresh water, at the bottom zone means in a middle zone insulating zone or increasing salt conditions, and at the bottom zone storage zone or saturated zone. Another name is low convective zone. This is the non-convective zone. Non-convective zone means it is the insulations, and this is the top one is upper convective zones. So because of this insulating zone, this high temperature of the water not lost the heat into the upward directions, because this heat will be trapped here. Why? Because above this the insulating zone will be created automatically because of the addition of the salt in a waters. So this layer, how much temperature will be gained? 70 degrees Celsius or 50 or 60 degree Celsius, and this temperature we can use for power generation. So how can you use? See here. So this is our solar pond. This bottom pipe, this bottom pipe is connected where? It is connected to the heat exchangers. Okay. Then this heat exchanger, this is another cycle will be here. So you observe, this is the another cycle. So inside this cycle, what is? We can use the one organic fluids. So what is the organic fluid? It may be butane, propane, freon, ammonia, R113. Such type of the working fluid we have to use here. It is called as the organic fluids. So what is, boys and girls, here? With the help of the pump, this organic fluid, which is form of a liquid, transfer into the heat exchangers. Okay, and this heat exchanger absorb the heat from this waters, which is the 70 degrees Celsius, and due to the exchange of heat, this organic fluid convert into the vapor form. This vapor is strike on the turbines. This turbine is coupled with the generator and produce the electricity. Then after that, this vapor pass into the condenser. Then condensation of this organic fluid into the once again in liquid form. And this condenser is operated with the help of these cooling towers. From this, the cold water will be circulated. There is also the heat exchange of this vapor of organic fluids and water. Okay, and this top pipeline, there is a hot water flow towards the cooling tower. Once again cooling tower convert the hot water into cold water, and the cycle will be continuous. Okay, and here this hot brine means due to the addition of the salt, so this is water becomes salty, so that's why we call as a brine. So this hot water exchange the heat with the this organic fluid, its temperature will be reduced. That's what we call as a cold brine, and this cold brine water once again pump into the solar ponds. So when pump into the solar pond, its temperature once again rises, and once again we can utilize this. So this is the one cycles, and this is one of the one cycles, and due to this we can generate the electricity, boys. Okay, so this is the simple explanation about the solar ponds. So today we have to stop here. We have to discuss the solar cooker and solar pond. So another application we have to learn in our next lectures. So if you like my videos, so please share my videos with your friends, subscribe my channels to press the bell icons. Okay, any problems, so you message me, boys and girls. Okay, so thank you very much.